Hello, Bl'Artagnan here with a Should You Pull for Cloud of Darkness LDBT. I'll be discussing the character's upgrades and sharing my thoughts on its value, and I'll do it all in less than 4 minutes because that's how long this royalty-free music lasts. Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on Cloud of Darkness. I'd love to hear from you. So this is a unit with a lot of hype behind it. I've been hearing a lot of folks saying, "Oh, I'm gonna token Cloud of Darkness BT, it's so hype." I'm gonna have to rain on that parade, which is a very intentional weather-based pun. So what is Cloud of Darkness actually getting out of this? It's not getting a rework, but we can live with that. The basic playstyle remains the same, building up darkness stacks by breaking enemies with skill 1 in the AEX, and spending those stacks on skill 2 for big damage and delays. The LD gives some nice upgrades. It upgrades the maximum stack for darkness to 20, meaning you can bank the skill 2 delays. It's also re-breaking enemies when you use it, which gives even more stacks. And it's granting a buff to Cloud of Darkness with some good offensive stats, including HP damage up, and a lightning style free turn whenever it breaks enemies. These upgrades are going to bring its damage up to modern standards. The burst effect is what folks are really losing their minds over. It lasts 5 turns and has Cloud of Darkness do a big follow-up AoE attack after each ally acts. This is obviously quite abusable with turn hoggers like Terra or the soon-to-be-released Tidus. So why did I make that really clever weather-based pun earlier? Here's the thing. When I look at the non-burst Cloud of Darkness kit, I ask myself, what does it bring that I don't already have? We have delay units like Garland and Cypher, and let's be real, everybody and their grandma pulled Garland. As for damage, while it did get some nice upgrades out of this, I don't see Cloud of Darkness outperforming Tifa or Sephiroth or even Golbez to the point that I'd chase it. It'll be competent, but not astounding. The only unique thing that it really brings here is the 3-turn delay on its skill 2, which can be handy for managing some of the orbs in its cycle, but that's really about it. The only case I'd really make for chasing Cloud of Darkness, if you don't have resources to burn and can be irresponsible either way, is if you missed out on both Garland and Cypher and you really need a unit who brings both delay and damage. Personally, I'll be trying to ticket the LD to make the burst cycle easier, but I can't really see myself using Cloud of Darkness much past that. As for the burst effect, while it's powerful, it's going to be just as powerful if you bring a friend unit. That's my issue right now with Cloud of Darkness. Ignoring Burst Plus, you can get Cloud of Darkness's unique contribution without needing to even pull for it. As for the hype around Burst Plus and future-proofing, I need to remind you that Burst Plus materials are going to be very limited, even more so than High Armor is right now. It should be reserved for units that you really can see yourself using for months on end, either because you love their playstyle or because they're one of your favorite characters from the games. There are going to be a lot of exciting, powerful characters that we can use in Lufania Plus. Zidane, Ace, Bartz, and Y'shtola are just the first 4, and all 4 of them have a tremendous amount of hype behind them. And that's not even getting into modern, newer characters like Zack, who just came out, or Cloud. So we're all really going to have to make hard choices about who to upgrade. This means you are going to need to take a hard look in the mirror and ask yourself if Bikini Necron is really your favorite Final Fantasy character. I can't stop you from pulling for Cloud of Darkness first and then greening it, but I can keep my distance if you do. So, with that all being said, having downplayed the hype, let's see what we got. Ah, fuck.